Welcome to Thursday. It's April 13th, 2023. Your Day Weather Podcast being brought to you by Cowboy State Daily, also being brought to you by WYDOT. As we take a look at what's coming here for the rest of the week, the really warm stretch is coming to an end. Boy, did it warm up. A week ago, we were still looking at record cold. Over the last 2 or 3 days, we've had record warm temperatures across the region. And yesterday afternoon, we did see a few showers, and we saw some great clouds and a great sunset in many areas yesterday. Thanks, Sawyer, for sending that on in. Now we have a disorganized storm system coming in, and you'll really see that in the satellite imagery. It's a trough of low pressure that is coming in fractured. So we're going to see some cooler, unsettled weather move in. 2 areas of rain and snow will develop. The Montana area, northwestern areas of Wyoming. Then we're going to see an area of showers developing in far southern Wyoming and Colorado as we get on into Friday and Friday night, then out into the plain states. As we go into the end of the week and the weekend, it is going to be noticeably colder. It's gotten so warm that temperatures are going to drop a bit below average. Not a lot below average, but enough to where it's going to really feel quite a bit colder again. However, in typical spring-like fashion, temperatures rebound nicely Sunday and into early next week. Then, as we indicated yesterday, what happens next week is up for grabs. It's a jump ball. We have a wide variety of different solutions with the long-range modeling. Models are having a very difficult time, especially out in the Pacific, trying to figure things out. So we're very confident in the weather through about Tuesday. After that, stay tuned, and I'll show you why here in a minute. Satellite imagery this morning does show a large area of clouds now, moving into the Great Basin states and into the Plain states and into the Rockies. We have a better organized area of low pressure here. Another area of low pressure kind of on the backside over here coming on through. So we have 2 separate little weather systems working together. This will drag much cooler air into the region. These were temperatures by late yesterday afternoon and evening. And as we showed you earlier this week, the contrast between the snow-covered areas in North Dakota and northern areas of South Dakota, and where the snow is gone has just been immense. We've got flood warnings up here for melting snowpack. Flood stage likely going to be reached here over the next couple of days up there, and cooler temperatures back where there's still snowpack in the west. But this is the last day where the warm will get this far north because of this disorganized trough coming on into the region. These are temperatures for highs today, the temperature anomaly by late afternoon towards evening. So it's still going to be very warm across Nebraska, up into eastern South Dakota, Minnesota, eastern Colorado, far eastern Wyoming. But you can see the encroachment of the colder airs all across Montana now, then stretching back into the Great Basin and then all the way into the West Coast. And by Friday afternoon, the colder weather descends on all areas. So it's going to cool off a lot quickly behind this trough. Precipitation forecast is looking very similar in terms of where we're going to have these 2 areas. Area number 1, northwestern Wyoming through Montana. This will be occurring over the next 24 to 36 hours. Then we have this other area of shower activity that'll be going across Colorado. And then some showers are going to get across the Dakotas, across parts of Nebraska, even areas of Kansas. We'll get a little bit of moisture out of this system. So with it disconnected and fragmented, it's not going to be able to get itself organized until the storm gets further to the east towards the Great Lakes. Snowfall-wise, yep, it's going to be cold enough that it's going to turn over to wet snow before it's over. So we actually have a chance for some areas of snow showers here where it was 90 degrees or above earlier this week. So do be ready for a little bit of a shock to the system with temperatures going the other way. And these are temperatures for Saturday. The temperature anomaly for Saturday brings the colder temperatures all the way down to the Oklahoma and Texas panhandle there and northern areas of New Mexico. But by Sunday afternoon into Monday, we've got high pressure building right back in. So we're going to see temperatures rebound nicely. The problem area of trying to figure out what's going on is right here. What the models are trying to do, some of them, is keep this as one big low and just have it stalled out and spinning, while other models have this big area of low pressure spit out pieces of this storm and then send it across the west, which is probably the most likely scenario. But until we get a better handle of what's going on, next week's weather is kind of up for grabs. By Sunday, here's the warm-up. So this is how quickly things will turn around. We'll still have this area of coolness up here, and in still the areas where there's large patches of snow in southwestern Wyoming, still affecting temperature, but you can see the Chinook zone warming up quickly on Sunday. So yeah, it'll be chilly Friday and Saturday, warming up nicely come Sunday and into Monday and Tuesday. Now, next week. So I'm going to give you the European model, the Canadian model, and the American GFS model, just to show you where we've got a lot of disagreement. I want you to just notice how different the model suites are. This is why our confidence is low. Full disclosure, when we don't have confidence, we'll tell you in the long-term forecast. So this is the European model by next Wednesday. The European actually takes this low and slides it down here and becomes a rather strong storm by Thursday and Friday of next week into the southern plain states. And this would end up being a fairly decent weather maker for some of you, if the European model is correct. Notice the European model has 3 separate lows. It doesn't consolidate it into one big low. The Canadian model, well, it wants to keep it as one big low installed off the coast of British Columbia, and the GFS is somewhat similar. But these are 3 really different scenarios, and you can see there's a huge difference between the European model and the Canadian and the GFS model. So when you see disagreement like that, just don't go past Tuesday with your forecast. Hopefully tomorrow will give us a little more clarity. Have yourself a good Thursday. See you tomorrow.